Hey, this is to add to the list of the stuff that you need if you're going to travel internationally with your dog. You're going to have to go to the USDA endorsement office. And what you'll want to do is go on their website, see where your USDA accredited vets are at, and then you're going to need to book an appointment for a health test certificate, as well as it needs to be a international health certificate, to where your vet's going to fill out the information. The information you're going to need is where you're going to be going, where your destination is going to be at, when you're going to be leaving, where you're going to be staying, because they're going to need that address. As well as you're going to need a current vaccination record, and the information from your vet. As well as you're also going to need a prepaid envelope to send in with the paperwork, to where they can overnight your paperwork back. Now, I talked to the USDA office, and it's not a super easy task to find all the information out. But after discussing with them, what needs to happen is, at least within 30 days of leaving, you need to see your vet. I was advised to do about 2 weeks before, because your health certificate from the vet is good for 30 days. But the health certificate for the USDA is only good for 10 days for when you leave. So what I was told is we need to have the health certificate done, and then need to send in the information at least a week to 2 weeks before you leave. But with that information, you're going to put in when you're leaving, when you need to have your paperwork by, and the extra information that needs to be addressed. And they give you a checklist to go over everything to make sure all your information's there. I advise doing a folder. Your folder is going to help you keep everything where it needs to be. It's going to help you with your vaccination records, your heartworm preventions, your flea and tick medications. I advise that you have it with you. You might not need it, but it's preferred to have it with you. As well as have a copy of your vet rabies certificate signed by your vet in black ink and in blue ink, just to be safe. Depending on each place that you're going to be going, some will vary in what they expect from you. So it's just easier to have your vet do it. With that, I would definitely have your rabies vaccine certificate. Make sure that your dog's microchip number is correct. Make sure your dog's identification information is correct. Date of birth, everything is correct. As well as you can also add on an extra in case of emergency call. My vet allowed me to. So it's something that you can also add to your paperwork, to have it in your paperwork in case something is to happen. With the USDA, you're going to want to mail out your stuff, or if your vet is doing online stuff, you're also able to have them fill it out online immediately, send it in. The reason that it needs to be done a week to 2 weeks prior to leaving is because if there needs to be any adjustments to your paperwork, you're not going to have the time if you make it 2 or 3 days before. So it's something that you absolutely need. Now, if your dog has a passport, you do not have to go through this process. But a passport you can only get from Europe, and it is only good for 3 years. So you can always get one when you land, but you can't get one over here. Because my dog, hers went out in September, and we're leaving end of September. So it's no longer valid, so I couldn't use it. But this is super important that you get this done, because without this information, you're not going to be able to take your dog with you. They're also going to need to know the information is who's going to be riding with the dog. If the dog's being shipped, who's going to be there to arrive to pick the dog up. These are all things that you need to be thinking about for your paperwork wise before you file for all your paperwork. Have it all nice and neat to where you can go into the vet's office with your addresses, where you're going to be going, where you're going to be staying, all those pieces, to where it's not going to take very long. For me, luckily, I have a vet that I use all the time, and they're really good, and they've done quite a few of the USDA applications, but not every vet can do it. So you have to make sure to find what vets are USDA certified to be able to do those certificates. You can't just go to a single vet. You have to make sure. Or your paperwork's going to be useless, and you're going to have to spend the extra fees and go get a different vet to do your information. So this is super important. If you have any questions or anything about the process, you're more than welcome to message me or go to my link and send me an email, anything like that, and I'll help you with the best that I can. I'm still learning. I'm just trying to help everybody else find out instead of going the hard path like I've had to find out. Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye.